This is Croydon Radio. Croydon Radio.
Now, I'm very pleased today to be joined in the studio by one of our own, local author, Anita Heavens. Anita, how are you?
I'm good, Cheryl. Thank you.
Thank you for joining me today.
Pleasure.
And Anita's here today to tell us about her first book, The Zigzag Road To Happy. Tell us all about it then, Anita.
I wish I could tell you all about it, but there's lots of twists and turns in it, so I'll tell you some. One is Nikki's journey through London and the people she meets, the quirky characters.
I bet there were a few. They always say London's full of quirky characters.
Exactly. There's Crazy, the snake dancer.
Yes.
And, of course, the mods and rockers. A few nuns thrown in for good measure. So
we love the nuns.
Exactly.
I went to school with the nuns. They were great. Very strict, though.
Right. She's learned to be a chameleon, really, to be whatever people seem to want her to be, to get people to like her.
That's really interesting because I was saying to you, actually, as we were coming in, she seems really relatable as a character. Mm-hmm. And where you said there about being a chameleon, so many of us, we don't even realise that we're doing it. But especially, I think, in this day and age as well, we do almost feel as though we have to slot into every, kind of group or what have you. You don't want to necessarily ruffle any feathers or anything like that. But sometimes it can be to your detriment because then nobody really knows who you are. Exactly. And people think that they can then in some way control you.
Well, that's exactly what happens with Nikki.
All play a big part there. There was one part I noticed about the relationship with her mother, mm-hmm. and that's very interesting actually because, she loves her mother very much, but, she acknowledges that her mother has problems and she can't necessarily be around her.
That's right, yes. It's too much because a child wants to care for their mother.
Yeah.
But a child needs to be cared for by her mother. So it's a very complicated
relationship.
It is,
a bit of a quandary there.
Exactly.
And it's funny actually because when people sort of criticize your relatives, you get very defensive and you almost say, well, no, you can't criticize them. Yeah, I can,
exactly.
And I thought, I've definitely done that one before. No, you can't talk about him. I do.
Right.
No, it sounds like a really interesting book.
Thank you.
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's available on Amazon.
That's right, it is, yes.
Absolutely.
Great. I think because they can identify, all teenagers go through angst.
Absolutely.
She might have her own special bit. But
yeah, but no, essentially, like you said, we all go through that at times.
Mm-hmm.
Only yesterday in the office, I was saying to my colleagues, I remember my nieces when they were teenagers saying to me, oh, Aunt Cheryl, I can't wait to grow up. They were in such a hurry to be grown up.
Right.
And I kept saying to them, just enjoy it. Enjoy this moment now because being an adult isn't always what it's cracked up to be. Every day I open the door and there's another bill on the mat,
exactly.
and all the other things that go with it. So, no, even if you weren't around in the 60s, I definitely think this will appeal to a wide audience.
Oh, brilliant.
Absolutely. So you've got a book launch coming up soon.
That's right, yes. So having a book launch on the 24th of November in Matthews Yard in Croydon.
Well, my listeners will know Matthews Yard because that's where we used to be based.
Right.
Just off Surrey Street Market. Nice location there. And you've got the nice cafe, you've got restaurants, you've got food. There's also other cultural stuff going on, so it'll be wonderful. I will be there.
Lovely. 7 p.m.
7 o'clock.
I'll watch out for you.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
I'll make sure I'm there. I wish you every success with the book, Anita.
Thank you so much.
Brilliant.
Look
forward to seeing you then.